Welcome back to your Football Edge. Today we take a sneak peek at the 2021 NFL Draft. And I want to preface this by saying that it's very early. In fact, a year ago, most people thought LSU quarterback Joe Burrow was a 5th or 6th round pick, and we all know how that ended up. So let's start right at quarterback today. There are two transcendent generational talents in Clemson's Trevor Lawrence and Ohio State's Justin Fields. In fact, I would be surprised if these two do not go 1-2 in next spring's draft. There's also a third player that I'm really intrigued by, and that's North Dakota State redshirt sophomore Trey Lance. Now, he's very young, and he needs to continue to grow and fill out his frame, but he has a great arm and tremendous athleticism. He honestly flashes future franchise quarterback potential. I could see 5 or 6 wide receivers get first-round grades next spring as well, led by LSU superstar Ja'Marr Chase. In fact, he was my #1 rated wide receiver at the end of last year, regardless of class. There are 2 deep threats and speedsters that I like as well: Alabama's Devontae Smith and Ohio State's Chris Olave. Ironically, both players need to fill out their frames to increase their draft status next spring. The tight end class next year should be stronger than this year's class, led by Penn State do-everything Pat Freiermuth. I could also see 4 or 5 offensive tackles go in the first round next year, led by an elite player from Oregon, Penei Sewell. He has Walter Jones-like talent. Clemson left tackle Jackson Carman could also fit into that discussion, but honestly, he needs to get in better shape and he needs to increase and improve his technique. The interior offensive line class should be a large upgrade over the 2020 class as well. In fact, 2 centers, imagine that, 2 centers could go in the first round: Oklahoma's Creed Humphrey and Ohio State's Josh Myers. I like the running back class, led by Najee Harris from Alabama, who also would have been my top-rated running back regardless of class at the end of last season. Moving over to defense, we'll start at D-tackle. Honestly, right now I see this as a very thin class. I do not see one player that carries a top 15 grade. That, of course, could change. Going out to the edge, I see one elite player right now: Miami of Florida, Gregory Rousseau, defensive end. He has everything you want: great length, great get-off, reminds me of a young Julius Peppers. There are also a couple young, intriguing defensive ends to watch as well that have scheme versatility: Washington's Joe Tryon and Temple transfer Quincy Roach, who's now at Miami of Florida. Looking at the linebackers, I don't see a lot of depth there yet, but there are 2 potential standouts: Penn State's Michael Parsons, and if healthy, Dylan Moses from Alabama. I like the depth at safety, and I like the depth at cornerback. At safety, Caden Stearns flashes from Texas. At cornerback, there are 2 outstanding prospects, both potential future All-Pros, both guys I could see as top 10 picks: Ohio State's Shaun Wade and Alabama's Patrick Surtain II. So there you go, folks. There's a quick sneak peek at the 2021 draft, and stay tuned because I'll be counting down my top 32 here soon. Take care and stay safe.